Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Tuesday, April the 30th, 2013. As you guys know, I'm seeing a massive crash coming in both the stocks as well as commodities. So this is something I want to be looking at right now, especially with the current little upward draft we see in the markets moving higher. I think oil right now shows probably the clearest picture of it, so it's important to pay attention to. And I see a nice sell opportunity here, as well as several other charts which I've already updated on the free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, and I'll update the European charts after 5 o'clock. So and right now I'm just going to show you the oil index, the XOI Oil Index, and this particular chart is pretty clear. You can see we've had a nice little uptrend going on for a while, and come up here and hit resistance. We know it's resistant for multiple reasons. One, we sold away from it. Two, we got the nice sell signal here that's always important at 1376. And this is where your stop's going to be set off of 1 cent above that high for now. We'll talk about this in a second. And then you sold off, pulled back about 50% of that advanced move, and then you come up here and test it again, and you failed to break out the new high. You actually just roll over here and start to go lower. Okay, so we take out this low point here, we fail on this high, so we've changing the trend. Now we've come up here again, and you'll notice a couple of different things about this. Number one, you've had 9, I think it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 9 consecutive days to the upside in a row. No market moves straight up. Whenever you have those hyperbolic moves like that, you just take a rubber band and stretch it out. When you let go of it, what happens? It snaps back. This is what's going to happen here. On top of that, you've got this sell signal here, as well as this one right here. Whenever you see this sell signal here, and it's got a little bit of a hollow candlestick showing some buy pressure right there, it tells you to look for a little bit further move to the upside. It's quite common to see that happen. And you continue to watch, and when that starts to peak out there, you start to get short. And this, again, another sell signal showing as a hanging man candlestick formation. We'd like to see a sell-off and then a hammer down here, which we don't have. And then we bounce off that like we did over here. And then we bounce off of that. That would be better. In this case, you don't have that. You bounced off of here, and you formed a hammer at the top of the pattern as opposed to the bottom, and that basically means the exact opposite of what the bottom one means. When you see a hammer at the bottom, it means buy. When you see one at the top, it means sell. So basically, when looking at that chart, I can see no reason here to be a buyer. On top of the fact that we look at Europe, we look at China, you look at the U.S., all you're seeing are signs of a weakening economy. This does not bode well for oil, so while oil bouncing is temporary, it's just a bounce you can take advantage of on the short side. One more thing that I'd like to point out here is probably very pertinent, and it would be the fact that price activity here is actually higher from the close perspective than you've seen any of this time period right here. Now this is important for different reasons. I'm telling you that this bounce right here is unsustainable. You want to get confirmation, and not just my opinion. And one of the confirming indicators you would find here is look at the high close here on the ultimate oscillator. This is indicating momentum. You can see it moved all the way up here above the 70 line back during this time period here. And now we're seeing this point here at 64, lower than you'd seen a couple days ago. And as you can see that all we're doing here is trending down momentum. Momentum is growing weaker. Yet price activity based on the closes, and we want to always compare the close to the ultimate oscillator because the ultimate oscillator is based on closing price of activity. You can see that we use the close here, and we go like this, and we can see we're trending up in price activity, yet momentum is not. That is confirming that this is nothing more than a bearish divergence of formation that is temporary and will crash. Just very simple, easy thing to do. We talked about the same condition back here when we had this high point here and this lower high here. You can see we're moving down the same time period. You can see price activity confirmed by the moving lower. That makes perfect sense to us. There's nothing odd about this. It's confirming one another. When they start to change, you start to see the opposite signal. It starts to tell you something. In this case over here, let me go ahead and cut this out. When we're selling over here, you can see this lower close here and a higher close here. See we're trending down. Yet the corresponding time period was not confirmed by the ultimate oscillator. You can see this right here telling you, no, look for this to break down and go lower. And so that's what happened. Now, not to get into too much detail, there's 4 different types of divergences. If there's anything about divergences that you're not familiar with, you can always go to the free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, and you can watch the videos there. It'll teach you everything you need to know. God bless, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.